So this is Calicat the Calicatster, and welcome to the making of whatever this is. This is the final production video at KATS Studios. This will be the final production video of that. Well, we'll still do the reviews for Star Trek Academy until it ends. But that'll be the final Academy review. It'll be the final review in KATS Studios. But the executive producer, Dan Brown, yeah, he gave it a reprieve of a week. Also, there's a church goings on, a couple of plays that we wanted to finish. That was for the reprieve, not this. This is well, we have the house in the studio for roughly a month. So yeah, so a month and some days. I think Academy ends on the middle of March, like the very beginning, middle of March, like the 12th. So a month roughly. Yeah. So it is 5 days from Valentine's Day. Well, maybe 4 days from Valentine's. 4 or 5 days from Valentine's Day, and 2 years ago, when Mom was ailing and stuff, and she passed away in April. But we did a Valentine's Day episode of Starship Locations, taking place in a distant future of 2406, and the crew doing things, and Valentine's Day episode. It was set a little bit in the future, so it was a little bit further on in the fourth season of Legacy. It's not important what season it was, but it was supposed to be 2406. So the crew was a little older, so that it didn't seem as creepy when some of the younger cadet crew was included in there. Even though we didn't need to do that because they really weren't there. They were voices of Calicat. But for some reason I felt compelled to say, oh, or we're using names that are kind of like these other people. So we kind of have to say, like, it's 2406, 2404, 05, and 06. The incident of 2404. We're not doing that. But yeah, so in the timing of this is, also, yeah, we just completed the 2 Carta movies, Carta 2 and 3, and it ends with sort of a, well, what's going to happen to them next over there? That story as well, the Starship thing and all that. I think at this point you kind of have a multiverse that already was kind of solved with the end of Legacy. I don't necessarily want to step on that. Last November we kind of wrapped up the story arc of that. And I don't necessarily either want to reference directly Starfleet Academy. I want to reference some characters though from that, and the Fallen Ones and that kind of stuff. Because there's a Fallen One in the Academy. There's a Koinonian, so we kind of addressed how is there a Koinonian there. There's a future Dax in there. We don't need to do that, but the Koinonian probably have to show those guys. But from what are they doing now? So we don't have to, and we don't have to reference the future Dax or the future Jake Sisko and the Sisko returning or not returning. He returned today, but returned yesterday, but never returned. We did that 2 years ago in our Valentine's Day episode, so we already did that. We had the Sisko return in that episode. He literally returned, but it was a Q-created realm, so you could still infer that he didn't return to Starfleet, so they don't know that he returned to those people. They might have mentioned it in a report somewhere, but those people in the future, 790 years later, are not aware that happened, that event took place in 2406. I thought they didn't. Also, the incident of 2404 is a misnomer. The incident of 2404 does not refer to something that might have happened with the 2 of the crew trapped on a planet in the shuttle, and the incident that was something else, where some harassment occurs on the shuttle. That was sort of a gag that was done by the crew that was actually in on the joke. So yeah, there was a bit of that sports camp that one year, in 2024. They were in on the joke, but also there was some weird stuff going on. But that's all been resolved, and it did not involve me, and I was just kind of making fun of it. And the incident of 2404 is actually when Q shows up at the Academy and messes with some of them, take them to Pine Hill and back. That's all that was. So that had nothing to do with the other thing. It was later. It was going to happen. It hadn't happened yet. Q messed with them, messed with the timeline. The Valentine's Day episode doesn't line up with Valentine's Day in the 2406 or 2413. It lines up with Valentine's Day of 2024. This would line up with Valentine's Day 2026. This episode it doesn't have to, and I'm not sure whether it's Star Trek meets the Transformers Part 2 or not. It probably is, but it might not be. There isn't really a script. I think what I'm just going to do is improv the entire thing like I've done some of the other ones. And if the Transformers end up... And I think the Transformers story really belongs later, if at all. Yeah, I kind of wanted to bring back the cast and crew and do a story. But if that works more to have them encounter alien Transformers, then sure, they encounter Transformers. But I'm not... in only a couple days, I cannot do a full-on... Oh, we're just going to do a whole other movie and then another one and everything. I have some ideas for what this is. It does involve the future and it involves the present as well. But it does explain where Sylvia Tilly is as well. Because Sylvia Tilly is representative of the Sandra Talisman character from our series. But they changed her name. So Sylvia Tilly instead. But clearly it's not Sandra Talisman. It's Sandra Cato. But it looks more like was it someone else, the roommate's daughter. Looks like her, but it's not. It's not. But nothing to do with anything other than it's a curiosity. Mary Wiseman, the actress, who I don't know, she didn't want to do the Academy series, as it turned out. The producers wanted to, but she didn't want to do it. So she only has a cameo. So yeah, their whole premise should have been canceled, but oh well. Anyway, so this is a nod to that. This is a nod to, I think what this is Starfleet Academy, but it's our Starfleet Academy, and I think I wanted it to measure. And maybe the aliens they encounter are Transformers. So, yeah, but I was just getting over a cold. And I don't know how this is going to work so much, but we'll see. Okay, this is Calcat the Calicatster. This is just a brief second unit thing of making of. I'm going to end for the evening anyway. Then go on to the second unit camera. This is footage of what we've done so far today with the Star Trek meets the Transformers 2 and 3. Is doing a lot of, we did mostly bridge scenes because we wanted to get all the bridge scenes done. So all the scenes involving all the bridge. There weren't any. There's no script. It's just scenes on bridges, basically, getting our heroes and the villains to the planet. Then I'm assuming that there will be a couple of Transformer bridge scenes to go interspersed throughout the other bridge scenes and have everybody kind of meet the story. The original Starship meets the Transformers was more of a 3-part anthology. 3 different stories were stuck together. This one is more of a conglomeration, trying to tell a movie story. The villains from last season, some of them return. Some of the villains, not all of them, some of the main characters return. They come to a certain point, crescendo. There's a couple of Starfleet ships and some other ones. It's very similar to the Valentine's Day crossover 2 years ago, and very similar to Starship meets the Transformers 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago. But it also has elements of those party that wasn't kind of stories and that kind of thing where they just say, oh, it's the future, and it is 2026, but it's the future, and don't worry about it being the timeline. Don't worry about it. We can't have everybody in it. It's like a finale. So as like a finale, it's sort of a fun thing. It's like a convention thing too. And they meet, the heroes and villains meet one more time for another go around. And that's kind of all I wanted to say about that. From what I've come up with so far. Yeah. It's sort of they meet. I wanted to have the heroes meet first and then get on their mission. Everybody else meet. The Koinonians with a K, with an H or without an H, is a screw up on Starfleet Academy, the show. Apparently they're confusing them with the Koinonians from the Jeremy Astor story. So I am too. And men saying, well, there's ones with an H and there's ones without. And there's non-corporeal beings and corporeal ones as well involved in that episode, the bonding. And because Jeremy Astor is one of the crewmen on the ship, he has some advice on that. And he's a Koinonian, indirectly. So there you go. But yes, so there's other gags in there that we were going to do if we continued Legacy for another season. Of course, the show and series were discontinued, not quite canceled, but discontinued with the finale of the story that was after the zombie story. So discontinued. This is us getting a reprieve and getting to do a proper send-off for that, and also Starship meets the Transformers as well. And so we get to do both of those. Because we like trilogies, and Starship meets the Transformers, alright, send-off. In this other story, send-off kind of thing. So we get to do that. That's all this is. Just kind of for fun, kind of pseudo-canon of both series, kind of not. It references the Robotech stuff and all that, but it's before the Robotech stuff, because if it's 2026, it's a little before the end of the Zorlord. The Zorlord episode was 2033, so it's a little before that. So the SDF-3 is not technically in it. The other timeline SDF is in it. Rick Hunter is not going to show up in this story, so just so you know. That would be weird. He doesn't. The Shadow Dancer Glowball kind of shows up. And, but it's the Shadow Dancer guy, the time travel guy. I don't have anything else really on it. I want to stop for the evening because this is the first evening back since the cold and all that, and I wanted to not overdo it. This is behind the scenes, making of, and so there's today is Monday, the 9th. We'll try to get unlike the other Halloween, the other Valentine's Day episode 2 years ago. This will be out by Valentine's Day. So this will be, So at least the first one, maybe not the second. We'll see. Yeah, and because it's all kind of one after the other, there's no rehearsing. It's completely live. So if we screw up something, it's live. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. We might have a cameo somewhere in there by Mark Scartis. We'll see. So right away, making of. This is day 2 of the filming, to just the bridge scenes, and then put all the other planet scenes after that. Completely scratched bridge set. Put all the planet scenes. I reviewed the dailies, and because this isn't really scripted, it's sort of outlined. The scene where they meet up with the Xers and the Koinonians, the last scene, the 17 minutes of footage you filmed, that's probably like 8 or 9 minutes. It's nothing really. Don't use it. If they don't use that footage, we're going to redo it. And since you've already introduced Prize Hunter, you've already introduced Scott Saltine, so why not let's just see his bridge, and some of them are on his bridge. That makes more sense. And just have it not be like 5 different ships fighting each other. It's really 3 technically. And yeah, the idea they're on the SDF ship doesn't make sense. He has it, but they don't. So yeah, they're the crew of his ship. That makes a little more sense. And it's not necessarily a Robotech ship. They're just calling it that. It wouldn't be the Carter ship anyway. It'd be the other one left on the planet that they landed. So anyway, yeah, there's goofy stuff going on here. And there's probably other Robotech ships out there, because the Cillians can conjure stuff as well as their thoughts create reality. So they could conjure one if they wanted to. I think that's what's going on, is they conjured it. I have thought of how this scene will go, and we'll proceed to redo the scene so that it actually is better. And then go on to some other ship scenes. Yeah. With the bridges here. What is that? So let's redo that. Okay, making of. I would like to set up the final 2 bridge scenes in the movie. There's no space battle. I'd like to set up the final bridge scenes in the movie and have the 2 crews meeting each other for the last time, going off into the sunset, and I will do that part and then put that on the end of the story. And then everything else on the planet, when they meet on the planet, that's all the other stuff. So this is going to be the bridge, to finish up the bridge scenes, basically. And go on to other stuff. So yeah, so we're going to set up the crew to be on the bridges of the 2 ships. Yeah. Making of, these are going to be one-on-one moments of characters on the bridge. And on each bridge, different people meeting, discussing things, just to add levity to what's going back and forth, and yeah, so that's what it is. Okay, this is Calcat the Calcatster. This is the making of the Valentine's special finale, the Transformers meets Star Trek, or Starship Locations meets Transformers. Making of the. We have filmed 90 minutes of footage, and most of it doesn't involve Transformers. It's mostly the crew and the ship arriving at the planet by minute 77 and seeing the Dinobots briefly. That's not very exciting. There was 6 minutes of extra ending footage that was on there that you don't need. Yeah, there's like 6 minutes in because you don't need that. Also, I cut a scene out that didn't make sense, where the Daxes and the Duix reveal that they are actually Abra the cat as a human, writing a scene for her sister, Kadabra, the other cat that passed away. That's just weird. That has nothing to do with anything, so I cut it out. It doesn't need to be in the movie. That's just odd. And going on to the camp thing. But for now, what you got here is not 2 movies. You don't have 2 movies here. I know you wanted to do movie 1 and 2, and you thought there was enough material. There was not enough material for 2 movies. There's enough material for 1 movie. So the suggestion is that Diaspora, the Transformers meets Star Trek meets the Transformers, is Diaspora. It's 1 movie. It's about 90 minutes so far. Add an additional through line with what that's raw footage that was put together so far, because it was put together because we filmed it. It was done in such a way with Silly Kelly and Clint Cowpoke. Yeah, Silly Kelly and Clint Cowpoke. Done in such a way that you could actually put together and edit the entire movie in a day. So editing the second half shouldn't be that hard to put in the day. We don't yet have that cameo by Mark's Cards that you said in the credits. My suggestion is, if you do, that it's in there too. But yeah, we'll see what's going on with Mark's Cards. With that, if that doesn't happen, then there's no cameo with Mark's Cards. The story, if you want to have it out by Valentine's Day in 2 days, then it probably is just the movie, basically a little over 90 minutes movie. They meet the Transformers again, and there's really not enough material to go beyond that, other than some of the other Transformers meet with them and hang out, and there's like some action on the planet. We don't need to know the other stuff. The other minutia of the other characters, beyond Dr. Crusher, beyond and her son, and Pat being there. It's actually the Crusher son and daughter that are there. Beyond that, you don't need that. Beyond that, you don't need the other stuff. You don't need to continue the convoluted extra story arcs, things that are going on. This is only meant as sort of an afterthought convention special thing. That's how you would treat the Transformer footage when you're on the planet, is they hang out. It's not a Q thing where Q blasts everybody. It's not a final battle. It's just they're going to hang out on the planet with Transformers. Yeah. And that doesn't require a full other 90-minute movie. That is really less than 40 more minutes. That's it. And it's done. and just have it done, and close it as the final movie of the Starship Locations series. Only because you wanted to add an extra thing on the end with the Transformers, because it kind of been itching to do that all the way through. We thought for sure there would be more, but there isn't. You could theoretically film 90 minutes more of Transformers and put that throughout this story if you wanted to. I see no reason to do that. There's no reason to there's no other story to go with it. The 5 Carta they encounter and the 5 Dinobots they encounter isn't enough, granted, but yeah, you don't need to do the, so don't do it. Just put together some more Transformer footage, put it interspersed throughout, then the finale. Another half an hour of them hanging out after they met the Dinobots on the planet. Then intersperse some quickie scenes throughout and make this like 2 hours. That'd be good. 2 hours. Yeah, you really don't. Yeah, this is not 2 movies. This is one. It's called Diaspora, and yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly acceptable. Studio closed down after that. We might do some other blogging with Mark's Cards, unrelated to this, afterward, and of course we'll continue reviewing Starfleet Academy. Tomorrow is episode 7, and go all the way to the end. That also, in addition to other related finishing the affairs in the studio. Not love affairs though, even though it is Valentine's Day. There's no love affairs. But yeah, the studio, the story. We're allowed to do one more, given one more, and that was it. So one more. That's all you need. Just one more. Yeah, it's fine. So yeah, it's better that way. You're able to do this, and then, yeah. But yeah, the way it is, they barely meet any Transformers, so you gotta add that. But other than that, so this is making of on the set of Starship Locations meets the Transformers Part 2. It's probably not a Part 2 and Part 3. There doesn't need to be a third one. It's Diaspora. It's the second one. There's not going to be enough material for a third one, unless for some reason you want to have more of that in there. I'm going to film a bunch of footage of of the Transformers part of the story right now, and yeah, even though my voice kind of sounds all messed up a little bit, but Transformers kind of sound robotic, so. Also later on, Mark's Card, this is Mark's Card tonight. He has a cameo. I don't know what it is. Either does he. So probably what I'm going to do is have him say a few quirky lines and then go to dinner. Sort of like Brian Story did with his Kirk God thing. Yeah, it's quirky lines in the movie. So he has a cameo in there. We'll do other stuff with that later, not concerning Star Trek and Transformers. I'm sure we'll have a blog interview thing on the other channel because the KTS is disbanded, or at least moving. We're using Queen Bee Studios, Pirated Production Studios, to do this final movie with the Transformers and Star Trek. We had one idea. Well, I had one idea. And that's the only idea. And I did about 90 minutes of footage with them, mainly getting where they're going. And then when they get there, they meet the Dinobots, and it's not very exciting. So I wanted to add to that, to add the exciting stuff. I have ideas for that, it having been 24 hours since then. Also, I just reviewed an Academy episode, but that's not relevant. The story doesn't have the Academy in it. The original Starship Locations meets the Transformers was in 2022, so it was 4 years ago, and that was when all these people were going into the academy or into college, whatever. So it's kind of funny to see them 4 years later when they're just now they're officers and they're on the ship. To them, it is later. To them, it is later. Yeah. So I think it works if there is timey-wimey shenanigans going on. And that it is for them, for Alexander and his crew and the others, it is after 2014. And for the other crew, it's probably 2406 or maybe 2408. It's probably 2408. It's probably a little, just to set it, everything being 3 or 4 years later. It might be. It might just be that it's all 2414 and it doesn't matter. I think that's kind of what they're saying. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's an alternate universe the minute it opens, because they're like, oh, wait a minute, emojis in medical now? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's probably what's going on. Is it actually is a undetermined future, but 790 years before Academy, and that's what's going on. It's an undetermined future. It's the early 2400s. I'm not sure when roughly it is. They hint at it in the story that it has been for them 4 years since certain events in that other timeline, but for some of them more than that. So it's not a Q story so much as a Cillian story. They do their thing. It doesn't have to be. They're just doing another fun story, because why not do another fun story? Yeah, and we have it. Yeah. Mark's cards having a cameo at the end doesn't necessarily make the story, although he has been known to make the story with a cameo. As the case with the Blair Witch parodies we did, where he played the evil, he was the evil magician at the end of part 2, I believe. And then he was the escape driver at the end of the third one. So yeah, we're not doing any more of those, by the way. Yeah, they were kind of done. So we will see. Yeah. Sure. It's yeah. Yeah, let's just do it. And if I get more footage out of it, I get more footage out of it. I don't think you're gonna have. Yeah, the trouble is that the ending, that there's 90 minutes of them basically getting on a journey to go somewhere, and then it's the Voyager finale, basically. They get where they're going, and then they're like, oh, okay, we're home now. Well, they get where they're going, in this case, to Cybertron, and then they're at Cybertron. It's kind of anticlimactic. I don't necessarily want to do that. So I think if you do interspersing throughout Transformers meeting the other Q-like humans, the Cillians, throughout, then that helps it and extends it a little bit. And that way, when you get to the Dinobot part at the end, it actually makes sense. They're okay. Yeah. But yeah, we did reject some of the. We filmed the ending first, and that kind of didn't work, because a lot of the ending, there was stuff in the ending that didn't match with what we later filmed. So what I later filmed. So some of that was cut out, including a whole extra behind-the-scenes-y thing that I won't go into, trying to reveal that Vod Duick was actually this other person all along and just playing her. Why do that? It's not so much the red herring thing, or the killer is this guy at the end and it was actually this other guy the whole time. No, it's more like the ending where they bring in a guy at the last minute to say, oh, I was really it was like Clue, and I was really the agent of the whole thing. Like, don't do that. That's not fun. That's just okay. Then none of it matters. You don't want to have to be able to say none of it matters. So let's have some fun. If you let's do it. So yeah, here is Mark's cards. We're on the set of the making of the final Starship Locations meets Transformers in Milpitas.
Yep.
And oh my goodness, and yeah, so here
End
we
of
are.
an era, start of a new one.
So you're ready to go up to Roseville.
Yep.
And yeah, so that we're decided to do a Valentine Day episode for the finale, and decided to add an extra finale other than the other one. And one of the ideas that I had was, okay, Asloth is kind of a traveler in this universe, so I thought it might be funny to have it still be PG-13, yeah, he's gonna like you can either do a scene where I'm sort of playing Asloth and John Holter, the Mark's Cards archetype. He shows up. Maybe he's in love with him. I don't know. Maybe on the planet. Or the other idea was that Cal Hazel or the Cal Cat character, who we're all Q, we're all Cillians, either that or both. He shows up shortly after Cal Hazel has been with Amanda again, Amanda the Q, and John Holter goes, "Wait, no, it's my turn.
I want to join you guys. Which would also be funny. Or both. That would be kind of funny too. So yes, so John Holter appears in 2 different scenes and basically, yeah, does his thing. Just randomly, like, and you can even at one point have a third one where you reference the Super Bowl halftime show if you want. It's already been referenced twice.
Yes.
But you don't need to do that.
Although that is going to end up instantly being dated, but
it was, yeah, let's not do that.
But
yes.
All right. So what is John Holter's like voice and accent?
Kind of you.
Just basically me.
Yeah. He hasn't shown up too much. He didn't show in the Brady Bunch episode, but of course.
So the gag would be
one.
like the one you were just talking about would be walking in on 2 people and going, wait, hang on.
Okay, yeah. We can do that one.
Yeah.
Or we can do the Asloth one too. I will play Asloth, and you will just go on from there, and then
Very well.
and then I'll put the characters together. Okay, so action. Oh boy, I'm down on the planet, and I'm a Q-like traveler being, and it's John Holter. Ooh, I've always wanted to, hang out with you.
Well, everyone does.
Oh boy. So, what do you like to do?
What don't I like to do?
Ooh! Tell me, do you like furry things?
Well, why don't you pull up a water dish and we'll talk about it?
A water dish, excellent.
I might just have a milk bone in here for
Arf,
you.
arf, arf. Oh boy. How about...
Or was I just happy to see you?
Oh. Well, I have a knot, so yes.
Whoa. We were going to lose our PG-13 rating.
But I won't show it, no. The YouTube will flag us. Yes. So you showed up here to help the Q planet and whatever. We're on the Transformer planet. The Decepticons already killed off the villain for us because the villain was incompetent, I hear.
That's convenient.
Because it was over 90 minutes long, and we're now at 90 minutes and then 40 more minutes. So I was like, oh, well, I didn't want to do 2 movies, so... movies, breaking the 4th wall. Yes,
well, we're superpowered. We can do...
We're Q-like beings, so... And also, if we shag, then...
Yes. As I turn directly to the camera and wink.
Yes, but it'll be animated.
But it'll be animated, because that's that extra layer of meta.
Of course. Well, it'll be sort of animated.
Sort of.
Cat animated.
Yes.
Yes. So, yeah, and maybe you should say to him a love soliloquy or something. To entice me, yes, into your chambers on the ship or something.
Yes.
Oh, my.
How do I love thee? In all the ways. Put on this flea collar. It today.
Yes. Yes.
We'll pour some sparkling wine into your plastic doggy dish.
Can I have wine? I'm a dog. I don't know. Well, I'm a dog human.
It's 0 proof.
Yes, it's actually like pretend. Okay.
Just pretend that you're drunk. That is my wish.
I wish you him very well, Mr. Q guy. Very well. We shall adorn to our quarters.
Yes.
Yes.
And you will lick my face, and I will bust out this jar of peanut butter.
A jar? I screwed that up.
Yes. Because of the disease. Yes.
Yes.
Cosmic space.
Let's see, you have a jar of peanut butter?
I have a jar of peanut butter, and it's going in interesting places.
Oh my. Okay, it's getting a little overboard.
It's probably going a little overboard now.
Yes.
That's what the cutting room floor is for.
Let's do the... That was funny. Yeah, a little cameo. It's just a cameo by Mark
Something
Scars.
to work with there.
Yeah, and then the other one was, the Cal Hazel and Amanda have just, his girlfriend in the story, have apparently shagged, but you come along and you're like all, wait a minute, you can't leave without me. I've got to join you. Or something to that effect. Oh look, it's John Holter. You've decided to come and join us on the Transformer planet for Valentine's Day.
Oh, I came to join you, all right. Now, don't let me interrupt you. Please. Keep going. And give me a few seconds. Let me just change into something a little more comfortable. Because you see, a threesome is better than a twosome.
Exactly, like in that Zootopia
Like in that
movie.
Zootopia movie that we're going to reference now.
That's fine. It's 2026 in the series
Exactly.
this season. That's fine. Yeah, we reference a lot of things. The Carter movies we just did, they were referencing constantly Avatar, so it doesn't matter.
Probably couldn't reference the Super Bowl show then.
Well, we could, but we were just to say, oh, I like Bad Bunny a lot.
Oh,
Oh, I
yes.
do like bunnies.
Well, I
and
would
I'm hoping
say I was disappointed to find out that he was not actually a space bunny.
Exactly, he wasn't a real space bunny. That disappointed me as well, Mark.
I did appreciate his message of universal love.
And I'm
Without
hoping to
long
have some
ears
of that.
and fur, what's the point?
Exactly. Where were the ears? That's funny.
That was my deflate gate, if you know what I mean.
And Lady Gaga showed up.
Oh yes, who's still relevant.
Kind of went to. Yeah, she kind of went mainstream and stopped kind of doing like weird stuff.
The quirkiness kind of became like, it's kind of
yeah.
a repetitive shtick a little bit maybe, but.
Yeah.
It's not like she's not a good singer, but yeah, the whole like, oh look how crazy she's wearing something weird, like I think.
Yeah, Weird Al did try to make parodies of her. And it didn't work.
He did. It didn't work because he was basically just pointing out what she was already doing.
Ew, that's actually funny. We should put that. I'm going to put that in there.
Yeah, very.
That is funny. But yes, also there's a sort of a Weird Al Wreck-Gar Transformer who doesn't appear in the story yet. But
oh, that's right.
I don't know if I want to include that necessarily at the last minute, at the last moment.
He'd be sort of
140 minutes into the movie.
Yeah,
No,
it'd be sort of weird to like.
it's like I was.
Like
Yeah.
as a post-credits little joke maybe or something. Just like have him
Weird
turn
Al.
around like, wait a minute, was I in this?
Okay, the Weird Al Transformer goes. That would be funny. Okay, here's the post-credit sequence of Weird Al showing up in our show. Oh, it's Wreck-Gar. Oh, yeah. Hi, Wreck-Gar.
Wait a minute, is the movie over? I didn't know I was in this.
You're not technically, but hi, how's it going?
Oh, one for the Blu-ray.
Well, yeah, okay, Blu-ray. Yeah, right. These guys can afford making Blu-rays. Yeah, we totally can. John Holter's over there apparently having a three-way with some of the cast members. But of course, yes, we won't show that because it's YouTube.
Well, because yeah, we have to be able to monetize.
That was kind of funny. Yeah. And of course, there should be at one point German accented guy in there because yeah, of course. Yes, I'm doing an Arnold Schwarzenegger. So like because Battleship is walking around there. He can just show up at one point. So
The joke being instead
Battleships
of get to the
together.
chopper, I actually turn into the chopper.
Yeah, that would be cool. I could do that. Yes, yeah, and go to Rio and stuff.
And then
Yeah.
you just drink some urine. Make sure you drink some pee-pee.
Let's reference the Red Letter Media store two things because we've done that before. Yes, on the show we have used before Red Letter Media. We even have 3 action figures done up like the 3 Red Letter Media guys, and they show up. So not in this one, but in other ones. Yeah. So why not reference them?
Exactly.
This is fine. I think the cameos are fine on this so far. Don't you think? Yeah.
I think so.
I think this is fine. Yeah.
Jawohl.
I'm clean. So you have any final thoughts about the Starship Locations series and all that? Well, we can also do later on the thingy, when we're not so busy.
Well,
yeah.
Things are gonna be a little crazy for
yeah, because I'm finishing up I wanted to finish up I wanted to add this one Valentine's Day episode just to put it in there to have a fun finale after the zombies and all the other stuff.
Yes.
And so I did. And it was going to be 2 movies. They realized they didn't have enough material for 2 movies. So I said, just 1 is fine.
That didn't stop Peter Jackson from making 18 hours of Hobbit.
Well, I mean, I could add another 45 minutes and make it 2 90-minute movies.
Add a pointless battle scene that goes on for 6.5 hours.
No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, there's not even a space battle in this. They head toward the planet and they're like, it takes them almost 75 minutes to get to the planet. And once they get there, then the Transformers show up, and it's almost like, well, I had to have 40 more minutes just to have. Okay, they didn't really do much of anything with them, so I kind of had to have them in there otherwise. So and they don't encounter all of them, just some of them.
Well, sure.
But yeah, that would just be that would take forever. So yeah, one movie. Valentine's Day is in a couple of days, so just have it. It's already in the can, but we want to add this little cameo part.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
why not? So yeah, it's like I say, end of an era here in the
KTS
classic
is-
studio,
And
but soon to be transferred to a brand spanking new
something out
studio
there. Yeah.
somewhere else. Dust hasn't settled yet though, so things
Yeah,
may be a
yeah.
little crazy.
Things crazy on set. So we're gonna go out to dinner, and that is the end of this scene. So you get a Mark's cards behind the scenes thingy.
Hopefully there's something in there you can use.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, this is making of the film, and that's it. You get to the fans get to go. Oh my gosh, Mark's cards is at the end of this. Oh my
Literally
goodness.
a Valentine to the fans.
A Valentine to the fans, because we don't give them a Dear John letter. We give them a Valentine to the fans.
Well, we give them both.
We give them both. Yeah, the zombie one kind of. Yeah, but
In a furry context, a deer John.
John. Yes, it literally is a deer that
Named John.
furry that named John. This is, light in the back is stupid. Alright, alright. This is Cal-Cats at the Cal-Catster. We had Mark's cards on the set for about 25 minutes yesterday, and we added some Mark's card scenes, which gooses the second part up to an hour. Only 2 small elements were cut. And we're going to see the whole anatomy of a scene in making of. This is making of the movie. And essentially, we're in post-production on the 2, pretty much. But they wouldn't be scene pickups if he did more. Yeah. And like Peter Jackson, who adds more stuff to goose it up. I think the way that the first film is structured, where you have very few appearances by the Transformers at all, until like the last minute when the Dinobots show up, and then you have this whole other one where it's nothing but the Transformers and some humans in it. What you kind of want to do is, like you said in the other making of. In the first movie maybe the first movie doesn't even have that Dinobot scene at minute 75. Maybe the Transformer scenes are them doing some interaction stuff. Not long, because you have, to tell the story. A little interaction with the robots, so it is Transformers meets Star Trek. And we're going to say, well, we only have enough material for one movie and then another 60 minutes. Then no, you have enough money. It's going to be 2 again. It's going to be 2 movies. It's going to be Diaspora and Gatherings. It's going to be 2 again. We're going to add. Well, we're not adding. We're actually fixing plot holes, because there are plot holes, mainly involving the robots. What's going on with them? You don't need the Carta in it anymore. You don't need Weird Al Transformer anymore. My suggestion is that with the 2 gag scenes that have the cameo by Mark's cards, where he's meets Weird Al Rekgar, and the battleship scene, those 2 go at the end of the first movie. Those 2, and the other cameo by Mark's cards, where he meets up with Asloth and has relations with him. Ironically, the joke being that he played Asloth in the original Starcrackers, so he's actually in love with himself, which is hilarious. We've done that joke before in other ways, but having Mark's cards do that is funny himself, or his younger anima version of himself. And also the scene in which he interrupts immediately after the cue, which is already a 3-way anyway, because Holocat's there. The Holocat, and you got Cal Hazel, and you got his girlfriend Amanda Rumbley in the story, and they're having relations, and he shows up to join their 3-way. In fact, it's a 4-way, but I guess Holocat walks away, so it's mainly the 3 of them. Or does Holocat stay and it's the 2 of them? It doesn't end up being a 3-way. It ends up being he just wants to get with Cal Hazel again. Now they hinted at earlier in the story, so that's in the second movie. They hinted at in the story that that the cameo in both of them. They hinted at earlier that there's that the whole Cal Hazel's missing in the movie one. He's disappeared. We don't know where he is. And there was quite a lot of discussion after the making of stuff in the Cal Cat show we're moving, and that's not in the story, but it'll be in the making of. The studio is going under that. This was added as an extra bonus here on nearing Valentine's Day, which is technically tomorrow. Yeah, and it's done. All we have to do is the movies are done. So I kind of wanted to have them doing something else. The discussion also pertained to what do we do with the Coddle story arc that's going on there. Even though in real life the so-called evil present guy is not referenced directly. We should deal with that. Maybe that's what's going on. Is the Q Coddle guy is getting enchained by the bad guys at the end of movie one into movie two. Kind of funny. So yeah. Or maybe by Transformers. Maybe he's a Q. So, yeah, if it's a true finale to the whole story, yeah, where they go off into the sunset kind of thing, they ride off into the sunset kind of thing. Probably want a little more with the robots to make it a Star Trek meets the Transformers instead of just it's mainly Star Trek, but then the Transformers show up. Well, the Transformers need to be interspersed throughout. Maybe they have Cillian powers too. They're Cillians. Do something to do that. And if you added to the other one, it would make the other one longer. And then get goosed up. Okay, we're gonna do this up on the screen. It's a money shot. You gotta have the money shot. Yeah. Yeah. And hell yeah, as the horror geek would say, it's not that kind of money shot. The delivery. Well, kind of that kind of money shot. Yeah, so. Anyway, so let's do some more. But here it's Friday, so there's people working in the park until... Making of. All right, making of, yeah. This scene should probably take place, not at the 15-minute mark, but it should take... That scene that we just did should take place in the middle, at the 30-minute mark, roughly. So after they've already got that, that's where we fit. So in the middle, it stabilizes the plan in motion. It gives us some Transformers about half an hour into the 90-minute movie, and then then they go on from there, and that kind of makes the 90-minute movie a Transformers movie. So it kind of does that. Now I'm not sure about the other scenes. Let's work on that and see where that fits. Yeah. Okay, so that is the two scenes in the other story, and then they push everything ahead a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so the making of. And now we're going to go to a scene involving the Transformer showing up at the end of the other story to basically deal with him, and it's a surprise as to who they are, because that's funny. So yeah, so the deal scene will be done, and then I'll see what else is in there. This is Cal-Cat the Cal-Catster. It is extremely late. It's about 10 o'clock tonight. Just completed principal photography on the Valentine's Day special, and its follow-up. There was, after Mark's cards appeared yesterday, when there was about 90 minutes of footage and then another hour of footage. What we put together was easily enough to do another hour. So these are two movies. The first one is Diaspora, Part 2 of Transformers, Star Trek Meets the Transformers. And then the second one is Gathering. The third one, that is Gathering. Both of these movies will be released together. And my voice is craggy from that cold. The cold's gone, but the voice is still craggy. We completed it. And so this is making of, And yeah, I used almost all of our improv stuff that we did. I used some of the improv stuff that was that was last. I put it in the first movie, and then put some of the first stuff in the second one. The two funny scenes, mainly Mark's cards doing his thing. We used old footage from that wasn't usable from Chimera in this as well. A lot of the shimmering planets and things and the forge and all that stuff, because it's mentioned that there's a forge and the Koinonians are mentioned. They have a similar place. So yeah, perfect. Also the SDF ship that shows up, it's seen twice, is actually the SDF-3 from Chimera. Also the Chimera ship is the later Chimera. But if you look closely, there's the older Chimera in there too, even though it's not supposed to be. So anyway, yeah. I'm not going to be putting these on the internet until the morning. This is late enough tonight. This is rendering now. But yeah, they are ready. They're both ready. And also, I even fixed a slight blurry character at the end. There shouldn't be any problems with it all the way through. If there's anything weird, it doesn't matter. The sets have been struck, they've been put away, the sets have been sealed away. So, yeah, we're not doing any more of it. This is it. This is it in the studio. And yeah, we'll probably do a few other. We're going to continue the Starfleet Academy reviews, and maybe there'll be a blog next week. We'll see about the blog. We'll see what happens. Other than that, that's kind of the end of the series. Technically, the KTS show ended earlier. But we won't go into that because this is the Valentine's Day episode special with the finale of the series ending in February. Yeah, on Victoria Brown Day in the city of Milpitas. It happens to be, she was born the day before Valentine's Day, 1936. She would have been 90. She passed away in April, my mother. Yeah, so she would have liked this episode, I think. She would have liked the two-parter. There's mystery and weirdness, and she would not have liked, however, the part where they clearly rip the ultra-conservative nationalist fascist bad guy who gets his comeuppance. And actually, it's kind of funny is they did the whole Q's father, there's a Trelane character with a Q father overlooking him kind of gag, using footage of this weird ethereal human being, which was going to be like a version of the Kirk God. And what that was a in-camera effect of Mark's cards. We took it was actually Mark's cards from 2015 or so when we were making a Chimera movie, which eventually came out in 2019, but it took forever to make the movie. And there was a scene in which we were trying to visualize what Kirk God looked like. So we shined the lights all over Mark's cards, and he was standing still, or John Yeager. He was standing still, sitting in a chair. So there's this weird sort of Malkotian, Telosian, weird, hovery, alien space creature that's kind of out of focus and a little blurry, lights flashing all over his humanoid form. It's actually Mark's cards. So actually it's a double cameo as this character from years ago as well. As the Coddle's father. And yes, he's going to punish him and send him to hell. Even though Mark's cards doesn't believe in hell. He's going to send him to perdition. And there he will spend all eternity in the realm. So yeah, that's the end of our series there. Yeah. This is making of. Of course, when you watch this, you will see that we will include the entire Mark's Cards night that he appeared, including the scenes that we practiced. And they'll be on the tape. So you will have seen them when this is all together by now. Oh yeah, that's what they did. So yeah, it'll include all of that. And yeah, he's been behind the scenes here and there throughout the stories. He hasn't really done any voices in the stories. There's been brief cameo
very brief cameo appearance in the background. But that's about it. This one is the largest he's appeared since really the pilot, Starship Chimera in 2019. Yeah, in the films. This will be aired on the it's going to go up on the Chimera channel, which is Starship Locations meets Transformers. It is the second and third sequel, making the trilogy rounded out 4 years after we did episode 1. And it is not based on anything from other fans and old Transformers much. The story appears to be very similar to our stuff. Yeah. But no extra cable. And the gag with the friend is a joke. The Charlotte joke is a joke. The Amanda stuff is a joke as well. My character is not actually dating that character. There's nobody dating anybody. That was a joke. But it's Valentine's Day, which is tomorrow. The story will air on Valentine's Day. It'll be in the middle of the day when it comes out. And you will be able to enjoy the 2 episodes. The one will follow the other at the exact same time. Yeah, they're all in the exact same time. So don't worry about it. It's all there. Yeah, they're going to see the sequel, first one, and go like, well, they didn't visit the Transformers very much in part 1. But that's kind of the way it is. It was either that or make it ridiculously long, over 3 hours. And now separated into 2. Better than both. Yeah, so we decided on that. And we also came up with another hour of information. And it wasn't Firak, a fun extra villain for the second half. He was fun. Yes. Not listed in the credits, but that character. But that is Ponce de Leon from the original series, from Trans 2, doing that voice. Ponce de Leon is his name. Also, Marlo Facu came back, and he was a character. Very briefly, really. He's listed in the credits, but very briefly. Yeah. But yes, yeah, he's one of the guys in it. Yeah, and everyone else. Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, the secret Dax girlfriend, other church person that Cal Hazel does with in the story. We're never going to reveal who that was, just because, yeah, we're just not, just to mess with you. It was just one of the exes, that's all. It's no big deal. With the exes. Yeah. But yeah, the exes. Anyway, so, indirectly. Kind of indirectly. I never technically, was never seriously dated that person. He's referenced, but never did. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, so enjoy the movie. It's we did have a Curtis scene that was fun. We didn't do any Christie scene, specifically because Christie is not a Trekkie. Wouldn't want her to be in the movie. Scott's wife didn't want to be in the show. She's around, but she didn't want to be in the show. She said, no. You have fun doing that. But Curtis is all, when am I going to be in it? But yes, here we are at the end of that. The incredible legend draws near. And all the characters wrapped up. And we decided to do one more round, then got excited and did 2 more rounds. And connected them together in this long, epic finale thing. Beyond the zombie story, they go to the Transformer planet again, and it looks really cool. I did gives you a money shot. The whole thing. It's like, oh my goodness, this looks, that old footage blown up looks kind of awesome and weird. There's the real, and the Koinonians without an H, and the Koinonians with an H, and all that. Yeah, so the making of, and and others. It's not all that hard to follow. It's fine. Yeah. And Mark's Cards returns as a Randy Mark's Cards. He's technically, in this story, he's probably actually Picard LaForge Mark's Cards, who is the one that wants to just get with everybody on the cast. Yeah. But yeah, to distract Tesla. Yep. That's it. That's all she wrote. Live long and prosper. And happy Valentine's Day. Yes. I didn't really like Valentine's Day originally. I grew into it over time. This is a fun story. It's a fun 2-part story. It's fun story to see those characters again. Do one more round, and then another round, and then another one. In the same thing, because you got to the end of the first round and you're like, oh, they're barely on Cybertron. Oh, we gotta show them on Cybertron for at least another hour. They gotta be on the planet. Yeah. They're all, let's do the other thing. Let's have the Child of the Shadow, the Children of the Shadow, the original Child of the Shadow, Shadow Dancer, that is, Gatov. Let's have, Talisman, her real name is Gatov. The Talisman, Sandra Talisman show up, and that's the character's name. Have her show up, and have her go after the Coddle character and defeat him. But they had help from the Decepticons and Virac, some of the unknown lesser Decepticons, and some Beast Wars. And it turned out that the whole time, the character of Nightshade was actually the other girl. In this episode, not in the previous one. She wasn't Nightshade in Canary. She was playing somebody else. That was somebody else. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there it is. And I'm not going to ramble any more about it. That's just the end of that, and that's the end of that. And yes. Yeah, we're going to beam up to the Chimera. I don't even have a... I don't even have a communicator. Who's that guy in the other universe? It's one of the Zorlords, yeah. Primary Prime or something? He's not primary. I wanted to be part of this. I desired to be part of this because you cannot have a story without glorious of me. Yes, me and my paramour. We've escaped from the space prison. We've escaped from the space prison. It wasn't easy. You didn't make it any easier. Yes, especially since our LARPing troop you didn't make it any easier since our LARPing troop denounced its preferences earlier. Now we're just kind of bad. Why are we going to that planet? Because for them. Because we're Koinonians. We're Koinonians. Oh, we're Koinonians, of course. Yeah. And when Koinonians and Xers meet up, they're kind of the same thing. Yeah. Koinonians, back together again. You can call us the Children of the Shadow. It's only because the other ones didn't want to show up. The actual Shadow Children. They didn't want to show up. Yeah. So what's wrong with you, Palpatine? What's wrong with you, Halpinator or Bricebox? Wow, you are seriously weird. Even for me. And don't even think about hitting off on me again.
I'm not interested in you. You're not my type. Or are you? I leaned into the camera. Don't even think about hitting off. Don't even think about hitting off on me. Halpinator, you are so weird. But don't even think about hitting off on me again. You are not my type. Of course not. Of course not, sir. Yes. Well, do not hit off on me either. Do not hit off on me either. I only have eyes for the captain. He is so cute. Yes. I love him. Even as a corpse. Well, reanimated, sort of. Well, we're technically no longer zombies. We're technically no longer zombies. We're just kind of messed up. They did repair us, but yeah. We're no longer a threat then in that way. We're no longer plagued. But we are, in fact, Koinonians as well. And that's with an H. And in the future, with these other guys, it's convoluted because they screwed up. We will, of course, correct the timeline. We will correct it. Yes. By destroying them, of course. Peter's kind of redundant. It's kind of redundant. And wherever our master is, that bug-looking one, he hasn't shown up yet. But he'll be pleased to know that we have survived. It'll be wonderful. Yes. Even if the Invid would be defeated in the other timeline as well as this one, we will rise. Yes. Using our powers. Because nothing can beat the ego of us. Especially not after the Cal Hazel has apparently left and frozen the universe. Yes. Enough of that. Enough of that. We don't know whether that happened. We haven't determined it. We can stop the flow of time when we confront the spaceships at the planet. When the transformers come there. It will be a disaster. If we can lure all the ships away from that other Koinonia planet to the one with the H. Yes. And I, the Cindy, will at last ascend as the Cindy. Yes. The Cillian right of Cindy. And our people will become convolutedly known in the future. Not just as the Cindy, but as this other group. That's totally there too. Yes. Perhaps in the distant future, one of us will become Genesis. That'd be funny. Like Genesis, the planet. Yes. But that'd be some other alien, wouldn't it? Robotic Shatner, you are weird. Robotic Shatner. I'm not sure whether they cured you all the way. You're acting really weird. Shatner zombie, I'm not sure whether they cured you completely. You're that Shatner zombie. I'm not sure whether they cured you all the way. You're still acting weird. Captain, we're soon to arrive at the Koinonian planet. Yes. We'll soon be there and can at last figure out what's going on and confront those that put us in the space prison. Sir, yes. Prison. Time, space, prison. Yes. Don't remind me of the time, space prison.
Yes, don't remind me of the time-space person. You know how long it take to... You know what? Yes, don't remind me of that time-space person. You know how long it took us to get back here, to now, to right now, to fight them again. Fight them in battle. We're not even sure which group we're going to meet at that planet. Unless we lure them all to the Transformer planet. But that'd be silly. No. Captain, there's another starship approaching. They are hailing. I do not recognize them. Very well. Very well. Open a channel to the starship. I will talk to their leader. Their beloved leader. It will be sexy. Starfleet! Starfleet! At last, I can finally fight you in battle. It will be beautiful. Yes. Prepare for your end, Starfleet Xers. I'm going to fight you in battle. Yes. Yes. Ignore our master. She is rather dingy in her old age. She just turned 80, by the way. Yes. Anyway, so for a human, that is quite old. Yes. So surrender your vessel to us, and we will combine forces to destroy the Federation. Yes. Failing to do so will mean your complete and total obliteration. Yes. Yes, it will. Yes. What? What? Who the hell are you? Giving me orders. I'm not going to surrender to you. Why would I do that? Give me one reason that I should surrender to you. I am the great Cindy, the Elysian and Orion alien pirate, who one day will be an ancestor of one of the great groups of the fallen ones. The other, Guinanians with an H. We're related. Yes. There is nothing you can do. We will obliterate you. It will be glorious. We will. As an ancestor of the Koinonians and the Cillians, we will obliterate. As an ancestor of the Koinonians and the Cillians, I will obliterate you. It is not the other way around. I was called Pastel, as well as Pastille. I was called Pastel as well as Pastille in the other universe. And I know things about the militaristic group that we were associated with. I know tactical things. The technologies and weapons that were beyond them. There's a Robotech starship. If we could commandeer it, we could use it to destroy the Federation. Unfortunately, one of the TMS people stole it out of the shipyard. Yes. But we'll get it back. I promise. We will. Yes. You idiot. You idiot. You lost a giant starship capable of destroying the Federation. How could you have screwed that up?
The birthday cake? Ah. I want a birthday cake. Allow me. Allow me to persuade him. Allow me to persuade him. I am lascivious of board. I do not know where my love Geordie is, but that does not matter. Resistance is futile. The board will obliterate what is left of the Federation. You will all service us in every way. Yeah. Yes. You will join forces with us. You will join forces with us, and we will head for the transformer planet. The other planet is merely a ruse to distract the other ship while we finish off Mariner's ship at the other planet. Yes. With the two ships separated, they cannot come together to fight us. It will be time to finish it. The only problem may be the Transformers. If they manage to ally with the humans, they could be a problem. Especially now that their new alliance is these Carta things. They have powers too. And they have powers. Might use them. The Carta are protoforms. They are not a threat. The Carta are protoforms. They are not a threat. They are like children. Space children. Naughty children. They do have the space rocks, though, on their ship. They have two of those ships, and apparently Prize Hunter stole one of them. Yes, well, they weren't looking, because they weren't really paying attention. That's kind of stupid on their part. It is, well, expected when such naive creatures get control of the STF class starship. Yes. We will proceed with the mission. And we will arrive at the transfer planet. We will end them all. Set a course for the planet of the Transformers. And when we get there, we will confront them in battle. And they will be finished. Yeah. Yes. Spark. Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain. It is regrettable that they are not finished. But they shall be. Yes, Captain. It is regrettable they're not finished, but they shall be. Yes. We shall finish them. Yes. Yes. Proceed. Ahead. Warp speed. Other ship can follow us. Yes. Dun, 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 dun. Well, it's time I get back now, before that Q boy shows up again. Ugh! He probably tried to swoon me. I keep telling him I'm married. Ugh! Oh well. Anyway. Well, I'll be seeing you around. Did you finally get what you wanted down there? I sure hope so. Yeah. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And then some. But very bizarre. Those other two characters. Similar to us, but not the same. Isn't that the way it usually ends up? Similar, but not the same. Well, this is not the end of history, is it? No, it is a beginning. No, it is a beginning. Navigation ready. Navigation is ready. And to think Sylvia Tilly is actually vaguely related to the... Yeah, and to think Sylvia Tilly was the other child of Dr. Crusher from earlier in the 2260s, the whole time. And to think that Sylvia Tilly was actually the daughter of Picard and Dr. Crusher the whole time, born in 2266 or so. The son is merely a later one. That is so bizarre. Why did they try to link that? And how? Is she a traveler? I never quite figured that out. She's a traveler. She's a traveler from the future. Or at least the past or something. And she come from 2255? Yeah, it's really confusing. Well, it isn't confusing if you consider it's the year things took place. Like now it's 2026 in our own timeline. And so, yeah, she'd be in her mid-30s, just like that other guy would be. It's weird. It's convoluted. Yeah. And, it's been 35, 36 years. Yeah. Makes sense. Either that or we sent back some sort of Q alien and completely fracked the universe. Either that or we sent the wrong alien back and completely fracked the universe. Yeah. Might have done that. Well, if we did, certainly I would have detected it using my mental powers. Yes. By the way, where is Charlotte, my friend? She hasn't been on this mission at all. Huh. That's weird. I wouldn't worry about it. It's probably not. Maybe she was at camp or something. Yeah. Everyone else on board checks out, Captain. No ill effects. Everyone else on board checks out, Captain. No ill effects. And again, I'm barely in this one. And again, I'm barely in this one, but, well, at least the girls from the station got to have some adventure. And I'm, again, barely in this one. But at least the girls from the station had to have an adventure. Yes. Yes. We should be getting underway. Return to Starfleet with our report. They will not believe it. I think they will not believe this one. It is too weird and twisted. However, happy Valentine's Day. Yeah. Yes. I have a present. Honest. I have a gift. Oh, hey. It's not a bottle of synthahol like last time. Oh, Oh, please stop. Please stop. I guess I take my leave of all of you then. Now that you figured out who I was or will be or something. It's all very convoluted. Yes. And it is bizarre that I encountered my actual... And it is bizarre that I met my future self. That was certainly weird. Yeah. Well, Dax. Well, two of them, actually. But you were a Tal, not a Dax. However, there is a Dax in the future. She's one of the instructors of the Academy. Oh, really? Oh, really? That's interesting. And I kind of screwed that up. So she goes, oh. She goes, oh, it's interesting that I met some Tals from the future. And I hear that there's a Dax in the future as well. Yes, there's an instructor, Ilea Dax. She carries a Dax symbiote in our timeline. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, that's interesting. Yeah. Just not sure who you were supposed to be. Oh. Well, I'm sort of time displaced. Well, I'm sort of time displaced in time space, not just here, but there as well. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah? How does that work? I am the first child of Picard and Beverly Crusher. I am the first child of Captain Picard and Beverly Crusher. From my timeline, at least. I was born in 2266. The one in your timeline is completely different, but it's a pleasure meeting all of you. But I should be going. You know. So where are you off to now? Indeed. So where are you off to now? Indeed. So where are you off to now? Do I need to spell it out for you? I'll have to return to the future. Do I need to spell it out for you? Where no one dared go before. But, yeah. Back to the future. Literally. 3190 something. You do realize that you Discovery people staying in the future screws up the timeline, right? That you were important to the other timeline and you staying there is just mess it all up even worse. You have to go back to the 2250s. Oh well. Maybe next time we'll do that. I don't know. Well. Well, if anything happens, I'm sure you'll come get me, Kestra from the future. Well, see you around. Oh, and your captain, of course. Yeah. And then she walks up to her. She's like, what? Let me get this straight. Because she's Mariner. And he's like, let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. My future, and let me get this straight. My descendant is half Cardassian, half Trill, and is married in human, I'm assuming. She's half Trill, half Cardassian, and she's carrying the Dax symbiote. That is levels of weird that I cannot comprehend or fathom. This is levels of weird. Oh well. Have a good life. Oh, I will, Captain. Oh, we will, Captain. The future hasn't been written yet. Nobody's has. So make it a good one. Because you're literally going back to the future. Because you're literally going back to the future. I get it. Yes. Yes. Telly to the time ship. Energize. Yes. See you around. Tilly to the time ship. Energize. Hell, I don't think that's the last we'll see of Cal. Well, I don't think that's the last we'll see of Cal Hazel. I'm sure it'll come back to annoy us again and again in the future. Yes. Yes. Yes, Captain Boys. And decide. Command colors suit you, I think. Aye. And I didn't get to ramble on about DC and Marvel and stuff. Oh, well. Well. I guess our crew should be going then. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah. About that, Cal Hazel and me and the other timeline and the other one where I was playing Henderson and all that. I didn't actually have a love child with him. Come on. I was playing a character. Yeah, I didn't really do that. Just so you know. Yeah. Yeah. Hertzman. Hertzman, I almost don't believe you. Hertzman, I almost don't believe you. Stop it. Stop it. I ain't doing either. Well, I should be going back to my realm too. Well, it's been fun, Mariner. It's been a gas. Don't worry. The ship and crew will get back when they need to go. Again. Duick to Vancouver. One to beam up. was that all about? What was that all about? Oh. Don't ask. Don't tell. Boy, did the koinonia want to beam up. Boy, did the koinonia prepare to beam us up. Whoa. The koinonia. The koinonia, like the planet with the H or the planet without the H. Oh no. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? I think I figured it out. The Koinonians, they're us. I think I figured it out. The Koinonians are us. Somehow. Yeah. Like distantly advanced Q. Yeah. They're us. Somehow. Huh. That's screwy. How could they be you? Maybe they're just some of you. I don't know. But it is screwy. Just thinking about it. My brain is going to melt. And the Cybertronians. And the Cybertronians will be fine. Again. All right. Let's get out of here before this gets too weird. We've worn out our welcome. All right. Captain Crass. Let's head back to Starfleet. Koinonians. No, it can't be. No. Koinonians. No, it can't be. You mean those aliens were snack people the whole time, even before snack was even invented? That's screwy. The only way that works is if there were Cillians before us, which is possible. Oi, my brain, it's melting. Oh. Anyway, I'm not going to answer that one. Energize. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. I take my leave of you too, Captain. My sister and I will journey to all the undiscovered countries. Boldly going. We're not gone before. Just to steal that from you guys. Amanda. Take care out there. I'm sure we'll come across you again. Not too soon, I hope. Come. Not too soon, I hope. Come, Melissa. Let us go. Come, Melissa, let us go. Very well. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. They are corporeal, physical entities. They are the descendant shall be called Tal. Yes, the Tal. Yes, Adira and Grey Tal. Interesting. Where do we go from here? Now that I have joined you. We go out there, where none have dared go before. Out there. I like it. Back already? Back already, Duick and Dax? Back already, Duick and Tamaratal? What's going on? Yes. In case you didn't figure it out. One of us is a synth and the other isn't. Well, in case you didn't figure it out. It's a little convoluted. You see. She died and got rebuilt as a robot. Or was it me? I don't know. Actually, what she says is, well, if you haven't figured it out yet, don't know how you could. You see, we are other daughters of Cal Hazel. Now, one of us died and was downloaded into a synth, similar to what they did with the Dowls. I died. I'm not actually Von Duick. My real name was Cadabra. Oh no. Well, I'm not actually Von Duick here. I've just assumed this form. I'm actually Cadabra. I'm a synth. I was created as a synthetic version of Cal Hazel's lost daughter. Well, one of them, anyway. The other one's Abra. She's still alive. Hi. We are koinonians. We are, yes. I build things. She mainly causes trouble and drama. Oh no. I see, and you've assumed their form to better communicate. So what was all of this about, then? Destiny. Distant destiny. Destiny. Distant destiny. It was fun, but now we must depart. Indeed. We must boldly go. None dared go before. Just to say it again, and again, and again. Thought it'd sink in. You're gonna drag this on, aren't you? You're gonna drag this on, kid, aren't you? Yeah. Well, live long and prosper, and good luck. Good luck and Godspeed to you. Energize. Take us home. That's the other crew over there. Aliens are back. The aliens are back. One's a synth and the other one's an alien. Looks like some of our people, but it's not. The aliens are back. They kind of look like our people, but they're not. Well, I am not Von Duick. I am not Von Duick. I'm a synthetic recreation of Cadabra Hazel. Cadabra Hazel.
I'm not really Vaught Duick. I've assumed her form. I'm a synthetic creation of Cal Hazel's daughter, Kadabra. This is my sister, Abra. Hello. We are here to better communicate with you humanoid life forms across the multiverse. But for now, let it be known that your journey will be safe. And your missions plenty in the future. Yes. We wish you well. Okay. All right then. I wish you well too. Yes.
It was fun. It was fun on the planet. Even if the other Vaught disappeared somehow, and you're the replacement. Yes.
Oh, Alexander, I was never actually here. Oh, Alexander, there is a Vaught. She just isn't here. She's on the Vancouver. This whole time we've been observing you. Yes. None of that other goofy stuff happened. Yes. Yes, and eventually I become a Starfleet captain. Isn't that cool? Yeah. But that's another story. And also, yeah, the Crusher thing. You probably figured that out already. Yes, we figured out that Sylvia Tilly is the actor that played the daughter of Captain Crusher, right, yeah. She was born in, well, by our reckoning, 2366, but technically by their reckoning, wait a minute, 1989, roughly? Yeah, 89. Anyway, so. So, what do we do from here? Any ideas? Now that we've met two kinds of Koinonians and a bunch of Transformers? I have absolutely no clue. But whatever it is, I'm sure it will be quite interesting. We shall go on missions together. You know, together. I get it. By the way, did you get me a Valentine's Day present? It's in our quarters. It's in our quarters. Oh my. Dun, 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 dun. That's cute. Well, that's cute, but I'll be seeing you all around. Live long and prosper. Helmsman, navigator. Navigator, set a course for home. Helmsman, engage. Warp speed. Let's see what she's got.